On today's episode of The Glue Guys, a Brooklyn Nets show, independently owned and operated since when did we first pod? What was the KG
2012, 2013.
We are going to talk about Cam Thomas and the Brooklyn Nets. I have one big question to ask Brian.
Whoa.
One really, it relates to Cam Thomas.
A lot of pressure. Hope I have the right answer. Coming up next on The Glue Guys. Let's get into it.
Welcome back to The Glue Guys. This is Mike here. Say hello.
Hello.
Check us out on Twitter at BKGlueGuys, netsdaily.com.
That's nice.
Not The Athletic. Hey, Brian.
Hey, whoa, hey, Mike.
Hey, can I
buddy.
start this off? No moral victories, Brian.
No moral victories. We lost. We took some L's.
I don't like this. Hey, the Celtics are so good. The Bucks are so good. We should be happy we're in these games. No moral victories.
Wow, already
Okay?
in the season, we're ratcheting up the expectation meter.
Jacques Vaughn's on the hot seat. Trade everyone. Fire Sean Marks.
Okay.
Basketball's fun, though. I
It
will
is
say
fun.
that.
We're having fun out there.
Isn't this way more fun than what the crap that we dealt with for
Mike, don't even
the KD career?
don't even
I know people don't
drop
want to hear
the
about
names.
it.
You're living in the past, man.
No, I'm not living. I'm using the past as a reflection forward to today.
That's called living in the past.
I'm Dorian Graying myself. Is that how that book happened?
That's exactly how it happened.
He was talking about basketball.
Specifically.
Dorian Gray was a huge hoops head. In his attic,
he's a
he
hooper.
had many a Papa shot.
Yes.
And that mirror.
And the
Did you
one.
ever-
It's not the mirror. It's a painting. It's a painting. That's the whole name
Sorry.
of it.
I must have seen like the updated.
Yeah, you got the reboot. Yeah, Mike, we're gaming. We're in the games. But we don't like being in the games or something. Sorry, we hate being in the games.
Well,
we want the wins. We want to stack W's.
Yeah, I want big fat W's. I want to win. I want to win basketball games. I don't, like your background right now. It's Cam Thomas,
Hucking a three.
right by former great Brooklyn Net Jay Crowder.
Yeah. And
looks
Patty
like-
Connaughton.
Is that Ethan Hawke there in the corner of your photo?
Oh yeah, I think it is. Wow.
Did you see the hilarious
that crew? Yeah, the Adam Driver crew. So we're about to talk about.
going?
Yeah.
So if no one's, I would hope everyone has seen it last night. Tommy Alter, who is the co-host of Old Man in the Three, is there. Tommy is like the international man of mystery.
Yeah.
He somehow is connected to every single person. Hassan Minaj, known liar, but
I missed this controversy. I don't know.
you don't know that? There's a big New Yorker article about how he allegedly lied in his stand-up, and then he did this whole
First of all, who's watching Hassan Minaj's stand-up? No, but no disrespect. Sorry, to burn. Sorry, Hassan. I know you're listening.
To be honest, a lot of
He
people.
pops off. Okay, all right. I'm sleeping. It's my fault.
I was about to say Jesse David Washington because I was thinking of Brooklyn Nets fan and author Jesse David Fox, who is the Vulture comedy critic or comedy editor, who also is the host of a Good One podcast and who will be on the show because he has a new book called Comedy Book. But what is Denzel Washington's son's name? Son. John David Washington.
Yeah,
John
it's on the
David, not
tip of my
Jesse
tongue.
David Washington. And then he was in Black Klansman with Adam Driver. Adam Driver was there in Jordans, black Jordans, all black. Then next to Eric Andre, and they were holding hands. And then there was someone else next to Eric Andre.
Quite a crew.
What a crew.
Quite a crew.
I love it.
Yeah.
I freaking that's the Nets energy.
the
That
new-
just like
the
an
new Rat
eclectic,
Pack.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm mad. I'm angry. I want a W. I want big fat W's. I want this team to declare itself for who they are, who I think they are. I think that this team will be competitive all year. I talked to you, Brian Egan, on the phone. Okay, I called you up.
Yeah, you did.
I dialed your number. People don't know this. I don't save numbers on my phone. I dial everyone's number from memory. Okay, that's the lesson I do to myself. I'm fighting Alzheimer's.
Yeah, I was
going to
say keep the Alzheimer's at bay. That's good.
And I said to you, this team is not a team that gets blown out. It won't be a team that gets like the 30-point loss. They'll be
I have
one
no
or two.
memory of this conversation. Speaking about Alzheimer's, I don't remember you saying that at all.
Maybe I dreamt it.
It's possible.
They are competitive. I want them to get one of these big fat wins. They play the Clippers tomorrow. and then they play the Celtics again.
The lowly Clippers off a humiliating loss in MSG.
What did you see in that Bucks game? I mean, you were streaming. You're the dirty stream. People are in there. People are.
We're having fun,
on the ride.
Guys. We are having fun this season on twitch.tv/TheBrianEgan. Get there via discord.gg/Glue Guys. Just plugging away, Mike. That's what we do. But we're having a hoot. I don't know how did we run out of steam again? In back-to-back games. Not in back-to-back games. I mean, the Celtics game on the second half of a back-to-back, being in there until 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, felt like a little bit of a glad to be here kind of situation, more so than the Bucks game. Bucks are kind of a weird team this season. I think. Dare I say the fit with Damian Lillard has been a little bit hinky? Can I say a little? Yeah. I mean, they're going to figure it out. But I feel like it's a classic Celtics thing though to land the true gem of the whole fallout of that in Drew Holiday, because obviously that's working out, and the Damian Lillard thing is a little weird.
God, the Celtics lineup is just
it's
Drew Holiday is so much better than Marcus Smart. I was a Marcus Smart fan. But Drew Holiday is the apex version of what Marcus Smart could be, right? And Kristaps is just kind of like we could use Kristaps Porzingis a little bit, right? But he would be a guy for us
as your third/fourth option, with two other really good options at least. It's pretty sick. It looks pretty cool.
This goes back to the moral victory part. I'm gonna ask you, should the Nets feel good that they were close but lost?
I feel like that was true of the Celtics game more so. I'm breaking them out. I'm not just going to throw all the L's into one big L bucket, Mike. Let's invoke a little nuance here. Let's summon it even. Some of the nuance. Yes, because the Bucks game. The Bucks game was
that's the name of the worst metal band. Summon the nuance.
Yeah, that is
or maybe the best.
That's a dorky metal band.
Yeah, it's really really to the details, into the musicality of metal.
Yeah, that's some music theory, guys. But yeah, the Bucks game felt a little bit more winnable just because it's early in the season. They still haven't kind of locked in that identity. Giannis up to his old tricks again. I get so ass mad watching Giannis. On stream it's even better because people know how to trigger me with that in the chat. So he is infuriating to watch and continues to be. But
and Thanasis, then the shots of Thanasis. Thanasis is my least favorite person in the NBA. My least favorite.
He puts the ass.
Nepo baby Thanasis Antetokounmpo.
Here's my joke. You had to say that. My joke was going to be he puts the ass in Thanasis. Has anyone ever said that before?
That sounds like a good thing though. Isn't that
a
positive?
Okay, Mike.
He's got that Kyle Lowry on him.
Okay. I mean, like he's ass at basketball, but take it there.
Oh, okay. The Bucks are so annoying. Though this game was the least annoying Bucks game for the Nets recently. I think because Drew Holiday wasn't there, Damian Lillard was not very good. The role players around Giannis and I guess Brook Lopez and Chris Middleton did not scare me beyond Damian Lillard, but Damian Lillard didn't play well. Pat Connaughton, I don't know why I say Connaughton. I think it's Connaughton.
You say Patty Connaughton. That's what you supposed
Patty Connaughton. Yeah. He still made one great rebound and put back that was a big difference in the game at the end of the game.
Dude, we were one Dorian Finney-Smith breakaway, take the godforsaken shot away from being right in this game. I mean, it was truly close, and this goes back into Mike. Do you think that the Nets need a closer this season? That's going to be there's so much of that.
I have a question for you, Brian. Do they? No. Yeah. Actually, Cam Thomas is probably should be their closer. It's
of course. It's just he's still he's got a lot of growing to do in that position. It's a lot of responsibility for a guy who's only just now been given truly the green light. And we were talking about this last night, why does it feel that Cam Thomas's green light is different this season? And it's because I think, and I'd have to look at this. I don't have the stats to back this up. And please, somebody who actually knows how to do this kind of thing, join the Discord and then pass along these stats. But I think that it's not much to ask. I think that Cam Thomas is getting into his offense faster. I think that's really truly the only difference. Like it used to be like even in last night in the Celtics game, there are a couple of vestiges from seasons past where he kind of pounds the air out of the ball and it takes him like 14 seconds to get into his offense. And the optics of that, of a guy who's just has no intention of doing any playmaking, plus holding onto the ball with any level of inactivity, just feels like the audience just the optics of that feel so bad. Whereas this season he's getting into that action almost instantly, but for the few possessions where he's still kind of evolving out of that part of his game. But I feel like literally that's the only thing that's different. Like everything else is like he's kind of falling out of bed into 2 to 3 assists per game just because like he's playing enough basketball, enough minutes, and has the basketball in his hands. But it's not fundamentally different. It's just faster. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I'm trying to get you those specific stats.
Yeah.
I mean, like I haven't done the deep dive into obviously his usage rate. He's at 30.5%. That's not what you're asking for, but he's shooting. So that's a healthy chunk. Lonnie Walker's number 2 and Mikal Bridges, which I'll tracks if you've been watching it. I do have a Lonnie Walker question for you. I think it's very what you said about the fact that he's getting into it faster, because ultimately any time in the past when he was on the KD, Kyrie, blah, blah, blah teams, which I won't bring up, no one wants to hear me talk about it, blah, 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 I won't ever bring up their names again, he was always like an appetizer, right? A very interesting, maybe some bang bang shrimp. Maybe the best part of the meal is the appetizer, but we weren't really giving it its time to do so, to be the best part of the meal. Did any of that make sense?
Yeah, kinda. I think I know what you mean. You're
But
not.
now he's the main course.
Here's the
He's
thing, though.
like-
What I'm trying to say is that we're like wolfing down the appetite. Like I want to like eat the appetizer incredibly fast, which I already do.
yeah, that's the negative in my remark there.
Yeah.
I mean, he like we have to give him all the credit in the world. Like I have the big question I had for you that I teased in the open. Who is the Nets' best player? Like honestly, like can we be honest for a minute? Who is their best player? Because I love Mikal Bridges and like I'm sure like analytically and long term, it's always going to be not Cam Thomas. Well, that's the thing I'm talking about. It's going to be Mikal Bridges because Bridges is just like a monster defensively at times. He still is a 20-point per game scorer, still efficient, good vibes, all the things that he is. He can play with anyone, right? Like the good thing about Bridges is that he will be able to play with anyone that the Nets bring into the roster, and Cam Thomas won't. But if I'm looking at like right now, right in this moment, I'm not talking long term. I mean, like it's undeniably Cam Thomas, and this is coming from a guy who was anti-Cam Thomas.
Dude, I'm gonna say I don't know that it's undeniably. I mean, I'm just gonna say, like the amount of responsibility that Cam Thomas has wrested away from these other semi-veterans on this team. I mean, the difference between 21 points per game and 28 points per game with not a whole lot other difference statistically. I know there's a whole defensive element to the game which by the way, Cam doesn't project to be a bad defender, I don't think, or like a notably bad. I probably should have done my homework and looked this up, but at least optically it doesn't seem to be like a bad defensive presence.
I will say I think that's latency. Like I think he's going to get attacked a heck of a lot more coming up. But yes,
sure. But I think it's non-trivial that extra 7 points per game. I mean, 28 points per game. If that's where we're at for the season, and I don't have any reason to think that it's not going to be, I know it's crazy to say, but like let's call it. I mean, let's call it 25 just to be safe. I don't know. Where do you actually think his points per game is going to end up this season for Cam Thomas?
My God, that's like the hardest question.
Yeah,
because there is a reality where like. He goes on a 5-game streak where he shoots 20% from the field. And because he offers so little from rebounding, assists, and ultimately like defense, he's not going to be a positive defensively, at least as of now, that like you could just drop him from the rotation.
But bro, can I blow your mind? He averages one less rebound and one less assist than Mikal Bridges. Like it's like Mikal Bridges is not Mr. Fill up the stat sheet, in a unilateral way.
Well, that I will say that's part of Mikal's problem overall too, as like the superstardom level, is that he's still in this. I have a whole point about like people should not be disappointed in Mikal Bridges, and I had it even before this Bucks game, and this Bucks game he like looked like a dude again, which was awesome to see. We just have to give ourselves the grace of God
Whoa.
to to
Okay.
accept into our hearts what Cam Thomas is doing. And like, I struggle with this. Hey, sometimes I don't practice what I preach.
A
But
hypocrite.
yeah, some people have called me that.
Yeah.
My wife certainly has
Whoa.
many, many times,
All right.
and deservedly so.
Interesting.
He is playing at an absurd level. Here are just the basic statistics, and I think it's important to read them just to remind people what is happening. 29 points per game, 4 rebounds, 2.4 assists. I would say 2, but 2.4 sounds better. 48% from the field, 33% from 3. How many of those are open shots? Probably 3. 84% from the free throw line. Effective field goal percentage, 54%. His PER is a stat from the Athletics' own John Hollinger that is skewed towards rebounding bigs, 22.7. That's a very tidy, nice number. 15 is average PER. He's 22.7. By offering not much on rebounding and assists, though, as you say, 4 rebounds, nothing to scoff at. He's a dude. So you asked me what would be his points per game by the end of the season. Like, who is he? Who are we getting? Is he going to be a guy who's in the rotation for the whole year, leading the team in scoring, and is one of the very big surprises in the NBA? Because if he's leading the Nets in scoring above Bridges and Cam Johnson, and there's like decent guys on the team, he's going to be one of them. I mean, he's going to be the NBA's most improved player. I don't know how it would be debatable. Scotty Barnes is the only guy. I don't know if you've seen what Scotty Barnes has been doing.
No.
I don't know if you have him in fantasy. He's been a monster.
Yeah.
An absolute beast.
Okay. Look it up.
Look it up. 29 points per game.
Let me ask you this, Mike. Let me ask
Yes,
you.
sir.
Let me do this with you. Do you think we're one Cam Johnson and one Nick Claxton away from winning that Bucks game? Like, in terms of the composition of this team, is that puts us over the top, and like we're now competitive with that class of Eastern Conference teams? I mean, is that what we're trying to say here right now, Mike?
I guess I'm down on Cam Johnson just because I haven't seen it in a while. Like, he wasn't that good for Team USA. He played one game for us. He had like one good preseason game and then one bad one for sure. At least that was my memory. Claxton makes such a difference in this game, in the Celtics game, because like we are so weak on the interior without Claxton. And Claxton on his switches, the weird thing to me is that I don't want to go too far deep in the Ben Simmons discussion right now, but Ben has been helpful because his rebounding has helped this team significantly. Because without obviously Claxton, not that Claxton's like a beast rebounder, but like Ben will get rebounds over a lot of other players on this team. Claxton would have helped a bunch, and I'm open to Cam Johnson helping because like he's a good player. Like we just haven't seen it in a minute. But are we competitive with those teams? I'm
talking night in, night out. Is that what we're saying? Because it seems like that's what we're saying. Like we deserve to be. Like not just in the games with Celtics and Bucks down 2 starters, but like we want to stack W's on these teams. That's what we're saying. I don't know. I'm worried we're gonna have a bad time if we go down this road. Is sort of my concern. It's fun
where do you think the road ends?
The road ends at like being really frustrated at our sub 500 team. That's the road I'm worried about. Whereas I want to be happy about having a close to 500 team. You know?
Yeah, okay. I think we can walk down the same road, but just look at it differently.
Okay.
Can't we? Do you think we can? Like, can we both agree that if Cam Johnson and Nick Claxton are playing and are healthy, that this team could be competitive with pretty much anyone except for like Denver? But we will probably still lose those games in the end. Do you know what the Celtics point differential is right now?
No.
14.5 positive. That's a hefty margin.
It's pretty hefty.
and we looked good against them. And this is not a moral victory, please.
This is a moral victory. But
Yeah, I just almost veered into moral victory lane, and I'm veering back into reality.
Okay.
I will say this: the Nets are a team that will be competitive all year because there'll be no reason to tank. They have a lot of professional NBA players. People make fun of me because I grew up a Wizards fan. Watch the Wizards. That team is an embarrassment to the NBA.
Okay.
They have some guys who are okay, but the rest of that team is dog trash.
Mm-hmm. Dog water, as the kids say. Have you ever heard that, dog water?
No, what is that?
It's sort of like just dog ass, dog trash, but they say you're dog water at like Fortnite, you know?
I love it. I'm into it. I'm hey, fellow kids. I'm hip.
Although I've never actually. We're saying dog trash like that's a normal thing to say, and it's
Yeah, I was gonna say dog poo.
yeah, nice.
But I know people listen to this in the car with their children.
Yeah.
Are you really afraid that people are getting their hopes up?
Well, here's the thing. Here's what I don't want the season to devolve into like, oh man, if we only had a closer, and then like have that be reason to do something stupid. Not that like anyone cares, or like that would like message would matriculate upward to a decision maker who's like, all right, Nets Twitter, time to get you. I don't know, whoever Mike Smeltz wants today. DeMar DeRozan or Zach LaVine.
Stop talking about DeMar DeRozan.
But
let me look at DeMar's stats real quick.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're so
put
good.
your pants back on, Mike. Don't put your pants
Oh
back.
my God.
But yeah, I just think it's a matter of
He's basically Cam Thomas, by the way, but not as good.
It's just a matter of expectation setting, and I just want to make sure that we continue to have fun with this because I could tell I was feeling my competitive fires burning last night, just because I hate the Bucks specifically, but I was like, I just feel like we could win this. I want this W, and it's starting to creep in. I'm just trying to make sure that we, reality check each other, as we go on throughout this season, because there might be times where we're look, if we beat the Clippers tomorrow night, and then who do we play again? The Celtics?
To Boston.
So look, there it is. We went 1-3 against like a bunch of potentially good teams. I mean,
we have to beat the Clippers.
We have to beat the Clippers first, and that's again part of my hypothetical. But it could be an 0-4, and then we have to really like do the reality check thing. Let me ask you this: pivoting away from that conversation, how have you felt about Ron Sharp this season? Are you enjoying your Ron Sharp minutes?
I'm intrigued, but he's just not my kind of center.
He's transformed. He's a transformed body. He's no longer my he's just the source of you fixate on certain players. I'm not fixating on Ron this season. I'm going with Ron, by the way. That's my
Ronnie?
evolved. Just Ron.
Ron?
Yeah.
Ron. Would you? All right. So you're feeling better about him by your lack of fixation. Fetishization.
I've stopped fetishizing. Yeah, and that's when I just have to like. We're just going through the ranks of the players right now. So this is kind of a loosey-goosey conversation, and I'm just throwing stuff out to you.
Well, we do need to do a draft. Did we do a preseason draft of the players?
I don't know. No.
I'm glad we didn't, because I would not have taken Cam Thomas, and he's unequivocally a 1 or 2 on this team right now. But
yeah,
Day, happy birthday, belated happy birthday, Day. My issue with it,
do you know all the players' birthday? What is this?
Well, every time it's someone's birthday, they tweet about it.
Okay.
On Instagram.
All right.
Sarah Kustok talks about it.
Okay.
And I listen to Sarah.
Sure. Not a big birthday guy. I always find that like strange.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Anyway.
Well, that everyone's going. Anyways. Sorry, not to be that. Sorry. God, I'll stop that.
I recognize Day'Ron Sharp's improvement this year. He is shooting 69% from the field.
69.
Which for a guy who was a fumbling, bumbling
couldn't catch
man,
a ball. Yeah.
And his 30-30-30 diet that he went through, the process of the 30 grams of protein 30 minutes after you wake up.
Like, are you selling this product? What is
Well, we don't have ads now, so I got to do in
free ads for
I got to try to pull in sponsor.
Okay, got it.
I think the team itself, via Jacques Vaughn, doesn't have the most faith in Day'Ron, because in this stretch of when Nick Claxton is out, if they love Day'Ron, he'd be playing more. And he's ultimately he's filling in the minutes when Ben Simmons is out. Not that Ben Simmons is playing the 5, because it's Dorian Finney-Smith, who's been very important to this team this year.
Mm-hmm.
And at the trade deadline, will fetch a very nice trade package for your Brooklyn Nets. Which is like, trust me, the thing I am most excited about whenever Royce O'Neal has a good game or Dorian Finney-Smith is like, oh my God, the protected first-round picks coming our way, baby. The protected, if OG Anunoby is 5 first-round picks, Dorian Finney-Smith is at least 1. I'm thrilled by that. I made a joke on Twitter that people absolutely dumped me for. Someone tweeted out that James Wiseman, the former, what was he, the number 1 or number 2 overall pick from the Golden State Warriors, who's in Detroit right now, his season so far, DMP, 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 6 minutes, DMP, DMP. And I was like, Brooklyn? Asking, should he come here? I would rather have a tall, lanky, athletically gifted center who may not exactly know what to do, but will at least protect the rim on a rare occasion than Day'Ron, who, again, I like Day'Ron. Cannot protect the rim. He does not have rim protection ability. Mm-hmm. He's not tall enough, not athletic enough. Should I feel bad about that? Do you think he can change that? I don't know. It's not, what is he averaging? 0.6 blocks a game. It's nothing.
Mm-hmm. I have a thought.
Please do.
It's really a challenge disguised as a thought. A challenge to Nets Nation, to Nets Twitter, to Glue Nation even.
Entire Glue Nation? Wow.
Because, here's my thing. We've tried to be, nuanced. Back to summoning the nuance. About
summon the nuance
about Jacques Vaughn. I will say though, if there is one avenue to criticize him, and I think we should be open to all these avenues. Open them up.
Open borders. Yep.
Open the borders. That our team defense, for whatever reason, our offense is like a top 10 offense. Again, early season kind of data points, maybe a little bit perilous, but offense does not seem to be the problem. Why is it that our team of elite wing defenders is having such a hard time actually having a cohesive defense this season? And I've looked at the stats before everyone says, well, Nick Claxton's injured. He only played 1 game. Our interior defense, mind you, 7 games or however many we've played through the season, is right in the middle of the pack. Right in the middle of the pack. It's 15th overall, interior defense. Opponents are not necessarily crushing us there. They're also middle of the pack for 3-point opponents' 3-point percentage. Not necessarily crushing us from the 3-point line either. Why is it that our defensive rating is in the bottom quintile, Mike? What is happening here?
Yeah, you expected so much more. And there are flashes of when I see Dorian Finney-Smith guarding Jason Tatum. I'm like, that's a thing. It happened. It's not an embarrassment. Can I just say it really is? Nick Claxton means so much more. I know you didn't. He means so much more than just interior defense. He is the best switching big man in the NBA. Statistically proven. And so when Nicky Clax switches on to anyone, they are absolutely buried. And you put him next to DFS and Bridges. Cam Johnson's not a bad defender, and he hasn't played this year.
And Ben Simmons. And then what happens to your offensive rating, Mike? What happens?
Offensive rating tanks. And that's what I'm resisting the conversation about Ben Simmons. Because listen, okay. his rebounding has been great. I don't just say that because I see the numbers are being he is a good rebounder. he gets rebounds over dudes.
Okay.
What? I'm trying to find positives here.
Yeah, I know. It's conspicuously trying to find positives. That's what it looks like.
But here's what I have a question for you.
Okay.
You've seen Unbreakable, right?
Yeah.
There's M. Night Shyamalan.
Of course,
movie.
Sure, yeah.
This is not the question. This is the setup to the question. Okay. Cam Thomas is Bruce Willis and Ben is Sam Jackson. They are the polar opposites of each other. Right? Cam is an absolute killer Cam, pure confidence, and Ben Simmons just refuses to shoot the ball. I have a theory that Cam Thomas is maybe actually the worst thing that has happened to Ben Simmons.
Okay.
Because
Interesting.
to start the season, Ben was being aggressive. He was attacking the hoop. He was trying to score. Now, he was inactive against Boston, and then he played 33 minutes, but only shot the ball 3 times against Milwaukee. So this is extreme recency bias. But the problem I see from Ben is that the reason why he doesn't shoot jumpers or threes or drive to the hoop is because he's doing this weird, I don't want to say weird, he's doing this unique mental math every time he has the ball, thinking that he has said this before, not this exact way he said it, but he says, I don't shoot threes because it's not the best thing for the team. He said that in Philly way back. I think the way he plays basketball is he thinks, what is the best thing for the team? Not the best thing for Benji Simmons.
This is a bad thing. We're setting this premise up
This
as
is
a
a bad thing because he is so on the side of, I'm going to just drive a little bit. If it's not there, I'm going to pass the ball. There's no of like Cam Thomas doesn't view scoring in that way. Cam Thomas is like, I'm going to get my shot. It doesn't matter that, like, sure, I'm 18 feet from the hoop and there's 12 guys around me. I'm going to get my shot. And he scores. And he's uniquely gifted to do so. There are many scorers in the NBA who know, if I get to my spot, I get my shot. Ben Simmons is completely of like, I will probably miss, so I might as well pass. I think Cam Thomas, follow me here.
I'm with you. I'm following 100%.
Because Cam Thomas is so electric of a scorer, when Ben Simmons plays with him, Ben Simmons is like, I should never shoot while I play with Cam Thomas because there's no point, because Cam is always going to be a better option than me at shooting the ball. Yeah. I believe that this is Ben Simmons' thought process. Now, is that bad for the Nets? It's not, because Cam Thomas is so ascendant, and Ben Simmons is like probably a lost cause regardless as a scorer.
Yeah, and this is what I'm going to say. If you're going to be deferential to Cam Thomas of all people, like no disrespect, like he's going to be deferential to like every NBA team has some version of a scorer. So like if it's like I just can't play my game around other people who want to score the basket, you're priming yourself for a bit of a disaster.
I don't think it's that I know you didn't. I don't think it's that he can't play his game. It's not like he's like, I can't be me. It's that he literally is like, I think in his head thinking, I'm not the best option.
I'm not arguing that part of it. I'm just arguing that the tether, like that the unbreakable tether is Cam Thomas specifically, like he's something unique. Whereas I think Ben Simmons is going to bring that relationship to literally any team he goes to, almost truly literally every team.
Well, like Unbreakable, Sam Jackson perpetrated a lot of disasters to try to find his so he ruined a lot of different situations and brought a lot of lives.
Did you watch this recently? I don't remember the plot of this as well as you do. It seems like it either stuck with you.
I literally read Wikipedia yesterday.
Okay, you did the Wikipedia reading thing for plots.
Well,
have you seen it? Have you seen any movies?
Unbreakable. I saw Unbreakable when it was in the theaters, and I don't think I've seen it since.
Put down that street cred.
Dude, Wikipedia movie plots are way more entertaining than most movies. Like the plot of Unbreakable is more entertaining than Unbreakable. I would rather read it.
Interesting.
Rather
Cliff Notes.
I guess I'm a man of literature. Unlike you, you need your screens.
I'm a baby-brained idiot, and I need moving pictures. I need sounds, loud sounds. The louder, the better.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Cam Thomas is good. Mikal Bridges is good. This team is good. It's not great, but it's good.
Okay.
I'm not going to bring up DeMar DeRozan.
Okay.
I think because of Cam Thomas's ascendance.
You're going to tell me to trade for somebody, aren't you? Is that this is what you're about to do?
I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that they should trade for a dude. Like a third option, like a legit guy, not
a guy or a dude.
Towns.
Hold on. Are we talking guys or dudes?
I'm talking a dude, not a guy.
Yeah. All right. We got plenty of guys. We don't have that many dudes.
We need a dude.
I don't want to trade for more dudes. I have PTSD from all the dudes that we had, and I want guys.
Those dudes. We're going to talk about different dudes. We're talking about
dudes
better dudes
as a category. I'm over dudes. I want guys. I like guys.
You just like glue guys?
Hey, Mike, nice. I like guys. Yeah, I want guys right now. And I don't. If dudes want to come in free agency, fine, come on over. That's great. And this is my policy from here
You
on.
just said if dudes want to
I
come.
know. Jeez, jeez.
You know what you said?
I
It's
did it. I was trying to,
like-
dude.
No, but it's no. Wait, you're not getting it. Though.
Oh my lord.
It's like
That was the
you're
high wire
talking
act
about
I was
men
doing the
ejaculating.
whole time, Mike, and you only just now got it. This is
do you
this is
understand?
depressing to me that my comedic
Because-
partner is so slow on the uptake.
Because like the funny thing is, like talking about ejaculate is
It is good. It
Funny.
is inherently
usually like
super
most.
funny.
I'm not saying every circumstance. Most circumstance.
Yeah. Anyways,
I
you get
just
what I'm
realized-
saying, though.
I just realized that Google Calendar, at least for my corporate account, tells you how many meetings a week you have, and I have a startlingly low number, and I'm afraid that that's getting sent to my bosses. So I'm gonna start adding meetings to my calendar. You know what
So
I'm
do you need to do that now, Mike? Is that what you're trying to say? Is we should just stop? I mean, we've done near 40 minutes. Is that we should probably go? Let's wrap it up.
Well,
we got to the ejaculation joke, but what we need to the only thing that I went on to fight to you about is let's just please press the pause button on the trade talk just briefly. My little boy heart can't handle it anymore, and I just want to love this team. You know, in an earnest way for the first time in a
I
while.
won't talk about trades.
You're gonna hurt me. You're gonna hurt my body.
I won't.
Why
I
are you-
won't. But
Mike, why are you trying to hurt me? Oh my God, Mike.
I love that. That whole vibe was perfect. No, I won't talk about trades, but like, think about what the Nets could get for Cam Thomas right now. I just want to put that.
Jeez.
What could they get for him?
Yeah. You're
What
a,
do you
you're a
think
menace. You are a menace to society. You know what you're doing.
If I was the Spurs, I would be calling Cam. I'd be getting us Cam Thomas, Cam and Wemby together. Well, that's like 12 NBA.
All right, Mike.
champions.
We've descended. We got dumb by the end here. Let's get out of here. Let's save some face. Let's close this down. And there's going to be a game tomorrow night, and then
Wait,
we're
wait,
potty
wait.
again Thursday. First thing Thursday, Mike.
I do want to read you one thing, just one thing. Okay, please. Have you heard about Nick Claxton's injury?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
So it says, this is what Jacques Vaughn says. I'll wait and I'll sit back, and when Nick is ready, mentally and physically capable and ready to perform, then he'll be back on the court. He's apparently day-to-day, Nick Claxton. What does that mean? Are we supposed to read into that as like Nick Claxton doesn't want to play basketball right now? Is that what's happening?
It seems like just Jacques Vaughn just hammering a bunch of platitudes about a guy who's injured. He's like, I don't know, he's injured. I'm just going to leave it to him. He's injured. Yeah.
Fair take. Okay, thanks for listening. Check us out on Twitter or X at BK Glue Guys. You got to be in the Discord. I mean, I'm telling you, Brian's best self
Oh,
is the stream. The stream is more than just like watching the game. It's a community. There's interactive moments. Sometimes Brian plays horror video games, which I like
spooky.
watching.
Do you do? Oh, I didn't think you would. That's fun.
Except there's not much happening in that game. That
I know
game
it's a
you
bad
just
game.
kind of walk around.
It's not a great game. But yeah, hey Mike, that's really sweet of you to say. We were having a good time. So yeah, hop on over twitch.tv/TheBrianEgan and discord.gg/Glue Guys. Mike, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks.
Okay, bye everybody.